Welcome to HornbillTV. Moi se Moamla. That's our HornbillTV Roundup News. Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav laga parte Har Ghar Tiranga campaign aju World War II Museum Kisama Kohima de Chief Minister Nipirio pra officially launch kuri disha aru event to national flag laga hoisting pra shuru kurise. Program de same Rio pra kushe flag to freedom pa laga khushi aru pride symbols kure. Rio pra state laga manusop ke August 13 pra 15 tak national flag hoist kurina nationwide campaign to part lo request kusha.
Celebration is all over the country, and likewise our state is also fully participating to achieve 75 years of freedom, of independence. Har Ghar Tiranga. As mentioned, therefore this campaign is going on. And in these 75 weeks, starting from 12 March 2021, the celebration and the participations of various organizations that carried out programs from school children's conducting quiz, essays, drawings, and other activities. The participation of NCC, NSS, NYK, and Bharat Scouts and Guide.
Nagaland de Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav laga naam de organization alak alak pra walkathon, quiz competition, rallies, drawing competitions, cleanliness drive kan organize kuise. J. Alam, IS Chief Secretary, Government of Nagaland pra program chaired kudishe. Aro kushi itu laga celebration do Desh laga manu karne bishi important milestone ase. Nijo laga gor ekla noy ki PSUs, local self-government bodies, government, educational institutions, commercial establishments or private firms kante national flag hoist school edition. Nagaland de sob bosti aro town do sapa rakyo nimine Swachh Bharat mission kurigina toilet aro sanitation be improve kuriase. Wiliwi Dimapur main town de open defecation free hubu kwa to itabi noigina public khan khushi jaga de pisap kura dikhi paise. I will grant report our report adona logode.
Dimapur to open defecation free ase koise itu nimite apni kan dikha nisna free pra pisap kuri ase. Moga laga city Swachh Bharat laga mission loigena itu open debi pisap na kurule kwa ase wilibi mogan dikha nisna uncle apni tu itia pilai dise kini ka lagi ase
manu kure to krisi
acha to mogan city te mogan itu Swachh Bharat cleanliness drive ja ase ineka open debi pisap na kurule to ineka public jaga te pisap kura to ekta gun bi ula ase apni itu opore ki koi dibo
eku na kho ito to
भैया कैसा लग रहा है ये स्वच्छ भारत का मिशन के बारे में ओपन स्पेस में क्यों कर रहा है
अब यहाँ तो सब पेशाब कर रहा है तो क्या करें
सबके साथ
हाँ
अच्छा ये तो पब्लिक टॉयलेट नहीं है क्यों ऐसा ओपन स्पेस में कर रहा है आप
तब कहाँ करें बोलिए जगह तो होना चाहिए तो
हाँ
जगह होना चाहिए ना बना हुआ
अच्छा लेकिन ये तो कला ओपन स्पेस आसो तो पब्लिक स्पेस आसो तो इन्हें का ओपन स्पेस ते पिसाब कर ले तो गुण बुलाए तो अपनी का पब्लिक टॉयलेट ना है पब्लिक टॉयलेट आसी नो है
इधर नहीं तो पब्लिक टॉयलेट तो नहीं तो पब्लिक टॉयलेट থাকিব तो पब्लिक टॉयलेट ते पब्लिक पेशाब करिब
जगह को থাকিব তাতে কৰি দিব
नहीं कुदे सब जगह ते ना करिब इदो करब लागे तो जगह আছে तो रेल
जगह साइना কৰিলে ভাল আছে सब ओपन स्पेस अपनी ইয়াতে ओपन स्पेस ते पिसाब কৰি কিনা ইটা পিসাব কৰি দিছে কিবা মেসেজ হয় না ফিল প্ৰাউড কৰি আছে
ভাল ভাল महसूस ना হয় तो हाँ मैं भी जानी आसे तो मजबूरी आसे तो की करिब
कैसा लग रहा है पब्लिक स्पेस में पब्लिक जगह पे अभी पेशाब कर दिया
सर
फील प्राउड हो रहा है, कैसा हो रहा है?
नहीं सर, सॉरी सर, सॉरी सर, बोल रहे हैं ना।
अच्छा, तो ये पब्लिक प्लेस है, क्यों ऐसा कर रहा है?
सौ अपन को रहे ना सर, हम भी किया ना, सॉरी सर बोल रहे हैं ना, सॉरी बोल रहे हैं सर।
अच्छा, ये उदय दिन अपनी खुरीना किनी का से उदय दिन अपनी याते पिसाब कुरी आसना ना किनी का से
आज ही आई सर, हम जाए से हो सर।
पब्लिक टॉयलेट ना यारे
ये तो नहीं, नेक्स्ट हो सर।
कैसा महसूस कर रहा है पब्लिक प्लेस में पिसाब कर रहा है? ये पब्लिक टॉयलेट नहीं है, क्यों यहाँ पे पिसाब कर रहा है? कुछ तो बोलो, स्वच्छ भारत है।
हम तो सब लोग करता था, इसलिए हम भी कर रहे थे।
अच्छा, पब्लिक टॉयलेट है, पब्लिक टॉयलेट यूज करना चाहे।
जी जी, सही बात।
तो हम लोग सब देश में बात स्वच्छ भारत के लिए बात कर रहा है, लेकिन ऐसा फुटपाथ में कर देगा तो कैसा होगा?
गलत है।
डिमापुर सैनिटेशन तो एक मेजर चैलेंजेस आसे किले माने डिमापुर सिटी टाउन भितरते टॉयलेट पब्लिक टॉयलेट भी कतम कुमती हुआ निमित्ते पब्लिक कान भी इनकन्वीनियंस पाएगेना इतो अलग अलग स्पेशली पब्लिक प्लेस ने भी पिसाब कुरा लगा बिसी दिखे पाए से। तो आगे दे अपनी कान दिखा निसना इतो मेन रोड इतो जीएस रोड आसे हुईले भी पब्लिक कान इतो पब्लिक टॉयलेट कुमती हुआ अपॉर्चुनिटी भी यूज ना करेगिना इनका जगहते रास्ता ओसरते किनारते ही इतो तागान लिन कुइना पिसाब कुरा लगा बिसी आसे। तो इतो भी एकता जगह आसे कैमरामैन के अलग दिखाई दिबले कइ दिबो इतो भी जगह एकता हॉटस्पॉट आसे याते आहा जा कुरा कान पब्लिक कान कुत जाकिले भी इनका पब्लिक जगहते आएगिना पिसाब कुरिगिना इतो पब्लिक प्लेसेस पब्लिक जगह कान भी लेतरा कुरिगिना गुण कान भी बिसी हुआ लगा मुआन दिखि पाए आसे। सब इंडिया ते स्वच्छ भारत मिशन कुरिगिना इतो इंडिया तो साफा राखिबो निमित्ते कोशिश करि आसे किन्तु सैनिटेशन प्रॉब्लम आसे याते डिमापुर ते और पब्लिक टॉयलेट भी कमती हुआ निमित्ते इनकन्वीनियंस भी हुआ अपॉर्चुनिटी भी पब्लिक कान भी एक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नाथाकिना इनका खुशी जगह ते ओपन स्पेस ते पिसाब कुरि दिया निमित्ते मोगा लगा सिटी भी लेतरा होई जालागा बिसी दिखि पाइ आसे। मैं आदना हेरे विथ कैमरा पर्सन जय वाच फॉर हॉर्नबिल टीवी डिमापुर।
नागालैंड हाई कोर्ट लगा नतुन कम्प्लेक्स बनारो खत्म होवले सिकुइना खता बिशी जाय थाके से इदलागा अपदे आरो जानकारी लुबु कारणे हॉर्नबिल टीवी प्रा नतुन हाई कोर्ट कम्प्लेक्स मेरीमा लगा कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट विजिट करिसे आइविटी लगा ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट सावा।
Here at Nagaland High Court construction site, Marymount, as we all know, Nagaland High Court building, separate High Court building for Nagaland, for a long time kept pending, or say more than a decade kept pending. Unlike other northeastern states like Manipur, Meghalaya, Tripura, which started simultaneously with Nagaland. But Nagaland High Court construction building is still incomplete.
The present High Court complex under construction, there are so many infrastructures within the complex. So right now, on a war footing, we are taking up the remaining construction of the main court complex as well as the residential buildings of judges. So by November, we are expecting to complete at least the main court complex so that it is available for functioning.
Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura started simultaneously with Nagaland. And those three steps is already completed.
They have
before.
completed,
Yeah.
yes.
So why is like Nagaland always lagging behind when it comes to construction? Either because of funds or it's because of other reasons?
Like I mentioned, the other states, they got funding from the center as a centrally sponsored scheme. Whereas for Nagaland, because of the shift from the what you call Finance Commission to Niti Aayog, and we were supposed to get funding from the centrally sponsored scheme, the special assistance scheme. That did not happen. So that's why there's a delay as compared to the other states.
In cases of in judiciary in Nagaland, so do you think having a separate court will be helpful for Nagaland?
Funding, I think probably it is because the meager fund flow from the center, like other states, as I mentioned, they got funding from capital investment. And in case of Nagaland, it had to be funded from the state fund. And so that is why the fund flow was a little less, time was extra time was being taken. Then COVID-19 also came 2 years, so that also stalled the works a little bit. And again, certain areas CPI inquiry was there that also hampered the development. But work is on, and we should expect completion of the main complex by November. Within the High Court building, Kohima, there are so many infrastructure breakup. So right now we are concerned with the main court complex and the residential complexes of the judges, starting from Chief Justice. So I think for this the fund should be available, and we should be able to complete the main building by November and rest of the building by early next year or so. Because structurally nearly 70% of the works are completed. Now remaining part is the finishing. You see, it has to be amended in the parliament, the act which is known as Northeastern Areas Reorganization Act, and without which we cannot be given separate status. But nevertheless, infrastructure is ready. The old court, Nagaland Bench Court, has been completed with the construction of further 2 courtrooms. So I think now if the parliament places the bill for consideration, then we can be entitled to a separate court, and we are waiting for that. I was hoping it will be placed during this monsoon season, but this time only family court was taken up. So maybe in the next parliament session, we are hopeful. And our chief minister is in contact with the union law minister. So I think hopefully sooner than later we will have.
Hornbill TV Pro Advocates Guwahati High Court Kohima bench logobi kota kurise. Nagaland kane alag High Court bunawo pore.
And I'm an advocate practicing under district court to talk about the High Court, completion of High Court in Nagaland. So if the High Court has been completed, I believe there will be more opportunity for new appointed judges, and also more opportunity for those law students who have graduated, and also those pending cases lying there in High Court or District Court. It will be a fully recovery.
My name is Purnima Paul. I am practicing in District Court Kohima. The completion of the High Court is very much necessary for the people of Nagaland, because it is high time for us to access on any law that come up to us, and it will benefit the people because in a larger way, because we will be able to get access to the location which will be suitable for the public as well as law seeker people, because we cannot always keep on pending on our cases and approach the higher court in other state. And not only that, it will be a benefit for young lawyers who are graduated, and it will help them to get employment and get more experience and give an interest to the subject matter and take things forward, so that the High Court can initiate necessary proceedings in our own state to help people to access to litigating factors, and of course we are looking up to it.
Seminyo District 50 farmers Kanishnage African swine fever prefect Kuigina Sekuigina Seminyo Nodal Officer Dr. Guatun Lo Tesla pra confirm Guisha. Dr. Guatun Lo pra aro janai dishe ki Taikan pra relief kane concerned department logo contact thakese aro ito home reports kan bi collect kuriase. Seminyo boside bimado as Sekuigina laboratory tests pra confirm Guisha aro affected areas kando disinfect logo sanitize kuri dishe. Bosti kunte ASF laga suspect pram muria log paishe itu kando zifenu Ufen Terogunyo Tesofinyo ase. Bimar laga positive confirmation kare bosti pra result to rukhi ase. Savimari illegal activities drugs আৰু মধুখান বনাই কিনা বিকাই থাকে দুৰিছে ইটোৰে সবিমা ভিলেজ কাউন্সিল পৰা 6টা মানুহে বস্তি পৰা খেতাই দিছে এক্সপেক্ট ক্ৰিয়া 6জন মানুহ লগা নাম দ ট্ৰেৱাং আৱাং wongken joylin gyonam konya kishinichishi kechakile angami aro khedulule angami ase HornbillTV pra aji Savima laga chairman aro Savima youth wing ge itu laga opor khota kurise abit laga details reporter ke question ho kyolo kore janewa
যোৱাকালি সবিমা ভিলেজ কাউন্সিল ৰা তাহান বস্তিৰ 6জন গে এক্সপেল কৰি দিছে আৰু তাহান ইটো জাষ্ট ৰিসেন্টলি সবিমা ভিলেজ লা চেয়াৰমেন সেবাষ্টিয়ান জিমবি মইগে কৈ থাকিছে HornbillTV কৈ থাকিছে ইটো ইলিগেল সামান খান ড্ৰাগছ খান বিকাই থাকা তো তাই লা কনসাৰ্ন ৰেইজ কৰি থাকিছে আৰু HornbillTV গিবি ইটো লা হিসাবতে একটা ৰিপৰ্ট বি বনাই নেনা কৈ থাকিছে ওলি মান ইনা একটা ৰিপৰ্ট না বনা গে দেবি তাহান লা ইউথ খান ৰা বিশি ইনা বালৰা সাইনে যাইনে তাহান 6জন গে দুৰি লৈছে ইটো ইলিগেল ইটো ড্ৰাগছ খান বিকাই থাকি না ইলিগেল সামান খান আৰু তাহান লা চেয়াৰমেন আৰু na youth kan na yare executive bi ase to first tangi introduce koi dio kuriwali diwo itu bichi rehe mon aru details further details kan janine jawo first of all sir can you introduce yourself
Well, I'm Sebastian Zuma, chairman of Savima Village Council. It's a pleasure to be here actually.
Well, my name is Luvi. Currently I'm the vice president of the Savima Village Youth Organization.
So earlier, like I've already said, you have been raising concern over this selling of illegal things, drugs, in your village. So, in a very, quick way, in fact, it didn't even take a month to actually get to know or, get to know the people who are behind this selling of drugs. So, can you give us more details on this?
We've been getting numerous reports for quite some time now that there's been a proliferation of the business of selling drugs called sunflower. And it is reported that even school students and college students have been taking it. And so we have been quite alarmed over this development. And as you're aware, just last month, on the 22nd of July, we have reaffirmed an earlier resolution of the village council which was passed in 2006 banning sale of psychotropic drugs. And I must thank my youth organization, the volunteers of the youth organization who have been tirelessly striving to erase this menace. And as you're aware, on the 8th of August, some people were caught red-handed selling these sunflower drugs and also consuming it. So they have been apprehended and the banned substances were also seized and they were handed over to the police. And the village council, we have also taken a decision, as you just said, yesterday to expel these people from the village. And also we have seized the land registration papers of 2 properties one was from where the drugs was being sold and the other one the land belongs to one who was caught selling it. So we have seized the land documents. And you may be wondering what we're going to do with these properties. It's not that we have taken possession of these properties, but depending on the behavior of these landowners, whether they indulge in such kind of illegal activities in future or not, we'll take further course of action. And I must place on record the good works that my youth organization, under the very able leadership of my youth president as well as vice president Mr. Huvi Punya, they have been not only checking the sale of drugs but also IMFL and also checking the youth, the young people indulging in immoral activities in our jurisdiction.
Yes, first of all, hi Kikre. It is indeed very fortunate that our village had to see such troubled times. However, at the same time, it has cast away a serious threat and problem which has been transpiring around the village. also which could have turned into a calamity or a disastrous if it is not handled any sooner. I must appreciate my youth volunteers for actively doing their duties following the resolution that has been passed by the village council. And I also appreciate the wise decision taken by the village council, though it may seem harsh. But if these steps are not taken, then like I said earlier, it might have led to a serious disaster in the future. I would also like to mention that following the resolution which has been passed by the village council, our youth volunteers have been very actively conducting random checks for illegal activities and immoral activities around the village, for which I would like to appeal and request all those who visit our village to kindly come, have fun, enjoy, but refrain themselves from practicing immoral activities and kindly do cooperate with our volunteers when they come across them. Yes, on that fateful day, my volunteers have went and apprehended those peddlers who were engaged in selling drugs red-handedly, and then the report have been submitted to the council. Following that, our council has taken those necessary actions. Lastly, I would also mention that our youth volunteers are not there to harass or threaten anyone, but then they have been engaged to conduct such checks to assist and help those who require. Most importantly, to help the society in doing away with such evil practices.
Right now, I can't say with any measure of confidence that we have brought about immense changes in the village, but when we got reports, when we see with our own eyes that young people, like students, taking the sunflower or whatever they call it, it has become very alarming. And hopefully with the actions that we have taken and with the vigilance that our youth volunteers are taking up, we expect, and we are confident rather, that we'll make some changes here in the village to begin with and the society at large.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. So that was Hornbill TV speaking to the village council of Sovima, and they've also urged the people, the outsiders also in the coming days to, like the youth executive, the youth wing has also said, come have fun but do not indulge in illegal activities. And also I believe these things would not further happen, and also you have cited a very good example for the other villages as well, and all the very best for the coming days to keep your colony in check and in a good position as well. For now, this is all. I am reporter Christine Yokehua with camera person Johnson for Hornbill TV.
India laga 75 Independence laga namde Central Bureau of Communication Field Office Koima pra Har Ghar Tiranga campaign organize kuise. Kendriya Vidyalaya School Koima de. Program organized kriya laga focus to tricolor logo manu laga relationship strengthen kubule aro students kan laga monde patriotism laga feeling do involve kubu kani thekise. Laga occasion de resource person KVS laga faculty Amit Kumar pra Har Ghar Tiranga campaign laga main objectives janai dishe. Iniga hoigina KVS faculty Rakesh Kumar pra students kan sob ke nijo laga ghor de national flag hoist kubule aro manu kan gibi hoist kubo nimidi encourage KVS Principal Santosh Kumar pra campaign laga part public rally karne flag off kar disha. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav under the Har Ghar Tiranga laga part district administration pra procession aro mass social work organized kushe Bhandari de. Procession shuru na kuri age additional deputy commissioner Bhandari Rohit Singh IS pra Har Ghar Tiranga campaign laga objective highlight kushe. Kun Prime Minister Narendra Modi laga under de Sarkar pra initiative tolushe. Enega hoigina same pra manu Khansob ke 75 Independence Day naam de nijo laga ghor de national flag hoist school encourage kushe. Civil administration office heads, Sarkari employee, public leaders, GBs or students kan pra procession attend kushe town hall junction Bhandari de. Enega hoigina civil administration Bhandari headquarter pra itu laga same din de mass social work thagishe. Tare rasta also de thakya drainage jungle sapa kushe, potholes fill kushe aro general cleanliness to thagishe. The lecture roundup news, Sarago Hornbill TV.